much for that warm reception. A warm reception. It's been...
Hi, Mom.
Hey, all right. Well, told you we need a cover charge. We need a cover charge. It's been an interesting week in town. You know, our governor, Gary Locke, is on that wonderful homecoming trip to China that he's on. He arrived there with a great fanfare. They put him up in the best hotel. Little lack of communication because they gave him the bat suite, which, you know, they just... We heard you were the governor with bats. No, they got it all wrong. We don't want the bats. And so both he and Mona are visiting the villages where their families came from, and they're drawing huge crowds. It looks like Gary's having some fun at the same time every day. We've seen the photos in the newspaper, like we've got this one here. There he is. He's flying a kite on Tiananmen Square, and the other one, that's him climbing the Great Wall of China. Now, I have to say that in all the tourist photos from China, that's the only one I've ever seen that someone is actually climbing the wall. So I'd say, go, Gary. Looks like he's having a blast over there. He did do a lot of other interesting things over there that the papers didn't have room for. We managed to get some photos. Like here he is, just showing everybody how American cowboys ride. Governor Buffalo Locke. Good. He took time to wrestle an elephant, which is an old Chinese custom. Very good. So culture, he did a ballet class. Very nice, very nice. And look, he also won the Mr. Beijing contest while he was there, just in time. And he found some time to relax on the beach while Mona was visiting her ancestors. Mona off visiting her village at the time there, so... Looks like the governor having lots of fun over there. Now, in political news a little closer to home, have you heard about what's going on in Cashmere, Washington? That's the home of the Aplets and Cotlets factory. See, I know, you guys did hear about this. The Aplets and Cotlet folks say that they're going to move out of town, take the factory away, unless the city officials agree to have all the town signs say, home of Aplets and Cotlets. And they have to rename the two main streets Aplets Way and Cotlets Way. Which, you see what is happening in this country. You know, this corporate arm twisting, they figured out, you know, that sports teams can do it, car factories. Although, I have to say, I wouldn't think that Aplets and Cotlets leaving is such a threat. I mean, they said, you know, if the city didn't come around, that they would go to Leavenworth, is what they said. Which is just one more reason to find that town a little more disturbing. You know what I mean? It's the slogan in Leavenworth going to be, you know, you came for the bizarre German facades, but you'll stay for the icky, squishy candy. I don't know. Obviously found a winner. I'm really sad to say this stuff is catching on. I just learned that Dick's hamburger chain in Seattle is now starting to make threats. They say they're going to move out of town if they... Yeah, no, that is a terrible... No, that's right. Seattle does not want to end up Dickless. We don't want that. They say... Obviously, they have a lot of leverage, and they say they're going to move out of town unless we rename Broadway, which is home of the most popular Dick's restaurant. Broadway will have to be renamed Dick Street. Boy, they're way ahead of me on that one, aren't they? Yeah. Won't even have to finish that joke. Anyway, you know, informally called that anyway. Doesn't matter. Anyway, and if... Oh, and he did it! Anyway, if that's not enough, there's trouble at the zoo. Have you heard about this? The folks at the Woodland Park Zoo say that they have to relocate one of their male gorillas because he's behaving very badly. I believe we have some video of that gorilla. I think.
Okay, I'm coming in now. You be a good boy. Where are you?
I just think he's, you know, a little over-affectionate is the problem. Send him down to Atlanta and he can hang out with Ivan. This is where the gorillas from this area go. Anyway, we've got a great show tonight. We've got a lot of comedy, but we're not neglecting the fine arts. You know, you don't have to turn to PBS because the arts will always have a home at Almost Live. Take a look.